All right, Court's here tracking all that happened overnight. Boy, that storm was a nice start to the new year, but as far as what lies ahead, well, Court's here with the answers.
That's right. And Linda, what we're seeing outside for today, and you're right, that system that made its way through gave us some pretty decent snow in the mountains, some decent rain totals in the valley, half an inch to an inch in most areas. And what we're seeing for today, clouds lingering, but showers have mostly fizzled out. And here's a live look at the Sundial Bridge in Redding. You could see some dark, very ominous looking clouds and, oh, what's that on the screen? Is that a fly? That's something you don't see every day on there. But it's a nice day to get out for a walk as long as, get out of here, as long as you can avoid the pests. And as far as what's going on through this evening, we still have the winter storm warning in effect for the northern Sierra. I think this is going to get lifted before 10 p.m. It's still set to expire at 10 p.m., but when I show you the hyperlocal futurecast, you're going to see there's really not much more coming down the pike. It doesn't look like this is necessarily warranted anymore. We might see maybe another inch of snow in some areas, but it's really not much. Temperatures right now, upper 40s to mid 50s across the valley, and the standout here is Orville at 54 degrees. The rest of the valley, upper 40s to low 50s right now. Very close to where we were at 5 and 6 a.m. this morning. So not warming up much with a cold front moving through. We're in the 30s to mid 40s in the foothills right now, and we're mostly in the 30s in our mountain zones. Wind out of the east up to around 10 miles an hour for Red Bluff now, and those winds, they're subsiding for today. So not gusty this afternoon. Only around 5 to 6 mile an hour gusts expected. Tomorrow we'll see a shift in the winds. They'll be out of the north as we're on the backside of that wet system. 10 to 20 mile an hour gusts are possible along I-5. Staying pretty breezy midday and then wind subsiding in the afternoon. And then it doesn't look like much to write home about on Friday either. Gusts up to around maybe 25 miles an hour. So we will see winds getting a little stronger on Friday ahead of the next wet system set to arrive overnight Friday night into Saturday. Now, as far as the satellite and radar goes, you can see that for the most part, showers have fizzled out. We had some very light precipitation work south across the valley earlier on this morning. That's mostly wrapped up. You can see a little spotty activity popping up east of the valley in the foothills in northern Sierra right now. Most of that virga, so it's moisture in the atmosphere that's not making it all the way to the ground. Cool wet system that brought the rain and snow yesterday is tracking to our southeast. So it's already swung through California and it's tracking east. We have another cooler wet system up to our north that's pulling some clouds in, but it's not really giving us that decent chance for moisture as high pressure off the coast is acting as a bit of a buffer zone to keep moisture to our north. And as far as what we're seeing for today, your hyperlocal futurecast, some clouds overhead, but mostly just dry through this afternoon. We might see a couple of stray snow showers through areas like Lassen Park, but that looks to be about it. Mostly clear early on tomorrow for the majority of the valley with some thin clouds over Butte County. And the chillier conditions tomorrow morning are going to be thanks to the lack of cloud cover overhead to trap in the heat and the cooler high temperatures from today. So sunny to mostly sunny tomorrow afternoon. Some showers brushing on by late Thursday night into Friday. And then you can see Friday we're dry, but that next round of wet weather arriving Saturday, primarily impacting the mountains. Not a whole lot on tap for the valley. And we're seeing maybe a couple hundredths of an inch of rain left from this system right now. We'll see another 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch possible for the valley Saturday, with up to a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch in some of our higher elevations for rain totals. Snow totals, it really doesn't look like much is left. We'll have a couple inches on the way for your weekend. Could see up to a 1/2 foot in some areas. Meanwhile, high temperatures today topping out in the 40s for the northern mountains. Looks like we're mostly done with the rain and snow there. 30s to 40s in the Sierra and southern Cascades. Foothill areas in the 30s to mid 40s. And if you're in the valley, it's mostly lower to mid 50s this afternoon. Some sunshine for the latter half of the day and drying out. I'll have your Storm Tracker 7-day forecast for your weekends always in view coming up in just a few minutes.